Obama was my favorite president. He's the best spokesman other than Clinton of all time. Now I think he's a liar.
Yeah.
I look at that thing of him saying, he said there's very fine people on both sides.
Who said that there were very fine people on both sides of a white supremacist rally.
That's not what he said.
It was so clear.
Like, you missed the game. The game is way past where you were. And you guys are still doing goofy shit, like taking people out of context and not knowing that people are going to make YouTube clips showing what he actually said versus you. And it's going to undermine your credibility even more.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert. But it's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. Because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now,
who said that there were very fine people on both sides of a white supremacist rally.
That's not what he said.
How many times does someone have to lie to you before you call them a liar? 1, 5, 20? You can keep believing their lies, or you can show a little curiosity and take some responsibility. Read past the headlines. Consume information from across the political spectrum. Determine for yourself who deserves your trust and who doesn't. In the process, you'll be surprised how much you will learn. This is how you become an informed citizen. Now that's a novel idea.
Now I've noticed something that people do. They go and they repeat things that, because we all don't have time to go out and watch every news program, we don't get to see all the speeches, and then so we trust the media. We go and listen to people like Obama. We listen to the media and they say, he said this, and then if you say he didn't say that and you don't show the clip, then people think, oh well, it's just a lie, right? Go, you have to do your own research. Go and look at the clip where they lied about Trump. They said that he said there was fine people on both sides. I watched the speech with my own fucking eyes and ears and heard him say he denounced the white supremacists. Yet people keep thinking that Trump is racist. Even a friend of mine said, hey, Trump is racist. He had a black girlfriend. Well, that doesn't mean he's not racist. Well, then what is racist then? There are no racists out having black girlfriends and black friends and donating to black causes. That's not a racist. Because if somebody said, I think we mix up what the word racist means. Do your own research before you just start repeating what the news tells you. Okay, now here is a clip where Karen Strawn talks about feminism and how we report on how women are oppressed. And whenever there's she's going to talk about the Boko Haram girls getting kidnapped in Nigeria. And what you didn't hear, and this is where again you have to do your own research. Go and find out, and go and look, and you will discover that boys, hundreds of boys were murdered, burned alive in Nigeria, and nobody gave a fuck. Watch the clip.
She became well known for her YouTube videos talking about male disposability and other men's rights issues. And she's a honey badger.
Part of what I do and what I research and what I think about is the reason psychologically why feminism seems to be such a comfortable, warm blanket emotionally for so many people, men and women alike. And it's so comfortable that it will make them not see things that are right in front of their face. Look at Boko Haram.
Hundreds of young girls, fast asleep in their beds, are awakened by the sound of gunfire. Armed attackers have stormed their boarding school and set fire to dozens of buildings. Nearly 300 of them are dragged from their dorm, loaded onto trucks, and carried away deep into the forest.
From New York to London rallied yesterday demanding that the terrorist group Boko Haram bring back our girls. It just gets to the core of you,
This unconscionable act was committed by a terrorist group
determined to keep these girls from getting an education. And what happened in Nigeria was not an isolated incident. It is a story we see every day as girls around the world risk their lives to pursue their ambitions.
I mean, you must have heard about that, right? That's being spun as a fundamentalist Islamic group that is so determined to be misogynistic and oppress girls that they want to deny girls an education. But they are not against girls being educated. They're against anybody getting a Western secular or Christian education. The initial attacks, and there were several of them, there were over 100 men killed and 1 woman killed. And the victims were described as people, right, or villagers. And in the previous attacks on the schools, they actually let the girls go. They separated out the boys and girls, and they let the girls go, and they told them, go home, get married, renounce your sins, and live a righteous life under Allah, right? And then they burned the boys alive. There was literally no outrage, right? It was barely reported on. It was one of those things, there was no opinion pieces on it, no nothing, right? Until the girls were kidnapped. And look at it this way, because we played right into their hands, because they want attention, right? And they weren't getting any attention from the Western media when they were just slaughtering boys, right? They want attention. And what do? They kidnap girls and sell them into marriage or slavery, right? And everybody, the UN, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, the UK government, the Canadian Federal Minister of Defense, right? They're all promising aid and help and equipment and personnel to help find these girls and bring them back, because this is such an outrage and oh my goodness, something needs to be done. Well, maybe if, like last year, maybe if we did something then, all of these girls would be safe in their dorms right now, right? But we didn't. And the reason why they kidnapped those girls is because we didn't do anything. We didn't pay attention. And they want attention, right? And they know that attacking girls or women is going to get them attention. What are we going to do? Start a campaign, bring back our boys. Oh wait, they're dead. Never mind.
So the reason why I played this clip, and I hope you understood it in English, this is what I was telling you when we were talking the other night, when we were talking about how you were saying, well, women were always oppressed, and I said, no, women are always protected. It's not, they're just trying to spin it as, look, you just heard. And if you don't believe the story, go look at it for yourself, Matt. They killed and slaughtered young boys, and nobody cared. This is what I'm telling you. The world doesn't care about men. It only cares about women. This is what I'm saying. The life of a man is harsh. Nobody fucking loves you as a man. We only care about women and children. Even dogs are loved unconditionally.
The world's cold as a motherfucker, okay? You get older, one thing I learned, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Men, listen to what I'm saying, man. It is men that are oppressed. And there's evidence of, but it doesn't get attention. It's the evidence is right in front of your face. This is why, and I was thinking about this because you were saying, well, you see everything through trauma. No, bro. The trauma lifted the veil off of my eyes, and I started looking at the world for what it is, and not from what I was told it was, and not through the Disney fairy tale of what I want to believe it is. So anyway, sorry it's so long. I know you hate these. It's not an argument. I'm just trying to slowly lift the veil off your eyes. Not to, there is a purpose. I believe in truth. I believe in the truth. And I think the truth, honestly, will set you free. And it'll take you to a good place. It's just a little painful to know these things at first. So anyway, sorry it's so long. And listen, the movie is called The Red Pill. It's a fucking banger. It'll show you proof after proof how feminism is a bad thing. I can't tell you, all at one time. And plus, I can't just give you all the evidence and information and do it for you. You have to look at it yourself. You have to come to these truths on your own. I can only point to where it's at, and then you have to go and look at it. Otherwise, it's not going to hit as hard for you. You understand what I mean? So, anyway, have a good day.